It's no big surprise. It's becoming more pervasive in society. The decline of traditionalism, however you define it. Well, let's start in California, where Liberal Governor Gavin Newsom was asked about this previous statement about men in today's society.
I would argue the most dangerous words in the English language are man up. Be a man. Yeah. Don't be a sissy.
Most people would say like it's just an expression, like man up, right? Like toughen up.
Well, man up. That sort of reinforces the frame, and so that's
right. But I'm saying, but you're saying like that's super dangerous.
I think that's a weak thing to say. It's weak. They've been sold a complete bill of bullshit. The Republican Party was walked off a cliff. Their third-party status. They don't even know what's about to hit them.
Governor Newsom's comments were revealed just a day after an ABC affiliate in Houston created a stir with a story about a 9-year-old boy who is a drag queen, spreading a, quote, message of love. So is this diverse expression or using child for a political end? Joining me now to analyze all this, doctor and psychiatrist Carole Lieberman. Dr. Lieberman, I want to begin with Governor Newsom of your state saying, well, this is a dark situation with masculinity in America. Your view?
Well, yes. Obviously, he was traumatized as a young boy by people telling him to man up and that, not to be a sissy and so on. And he's still traumatized by it. And he's projecting onto Trump about this hypermasculinity because really he has done more to go against Trump and, in fact, making decisions that really are more about making Trump angry than what's best for California. And so, he's trying to, hypermasculinity, all about physical strength, aggression, and sexuality, and who's the biggest man. And he's putting himself opposite Trump and trying to show that he's the bigger man.
Okay, now I see why you're a psychiatrist. That's a really great analysis, because he's like trying to one-up, like men do that, they try to one-up each other. So he's actually doing in policy and rhetoric what he claims men are doing by, flexing their muscles or saying man up or something. I love that. Okay, that's something I hadn't thought of.
Absolutely.
Can I ask you about this other situation with what a lot of mothers are you go on mom blogs and online social media. A lot of mothers who even kind of more progressive mothers are growing increasingly concerned about the sexualization of children, especially with the gender, changing roles and gender and so forth. I want to show you a boy in Austin, Texas, in a video that ABC Houston showed. Let's watch.
I want the world to know that you can be special and you can be who you want to be. You can be a vegetarian, you can even be a veterinarian, you can be LGBTQ, you can be a drag queen, drag king.
His mom said she's not pushing any political agenda. We have no agenda. It's all about basically not trying to put a label on this. Your thoughts?
I think that his mother and father should be arrested for child abuse is what I really think. They are turning this child into a puppet to get attention for them, to get money, through social media and through these appearances and so on. It's not about what he wants to do. He's only 9 years old. Look at him, how he talked in that video. There's something not real about it. And kids are too young to know about sexuality, to know about gender, to have all of these things thrown at them, oftentimes in school. They're being taught things that really, they don't understand these things at that age. And it is totally messing them up. And when they get to be teenagers, when they have puberty and they start thinking for themselves about what they want, that's when things are really, it's going to come home to roost, because they're going to feel suicidal and so on. They don't understand. All they know is that he's getting a lot of attention for this, and his parents are happy. What it has to do with, for the most part, parents like to think that they're being progressive, and really what it has to do with is some psychological issues that the parents have that they're projecting onto their child.
Well, and dressing a little boy up as Carol Channing, and he obviously doesn't know who Carol Channing. I mean, it's like people talk about JonBenet Ramsey and the pageants, and they thought that was sexualization in 1996. Well, look at where we are all these years later, and this is being celebrated by like a local, It's very tough, and it's all about
Yes.
the children and protecting children. I think every mother and every father, it's about protecting children. We don't want anyone bullied, and we don't want kids to be sexualized at a young
Right.
age. It's just wrong. Dr. Lieberman, we're going to do this a longer segment on this. We're out of time, but this is just wild. Thank you
Okay.
so much. And